First story. OP did homework for a guy out of fear of bullying, reached out after years, and offered a house and a car. I've always been good with numbers and responsible. It was more noticeable in school because no one gave an F. But given that I have CP cerebral palsy, walk with crutches, and am a nerd, you can imagine I was an extremely easy target for bullying. One year, they mixed us up, so I had new classmates. The bullying was worse, but then one of the popular guys would defend me. At first, I was confused, but when I saw that he would leave me his notebooks, I understood. And so began our symbiotic relationship. The bullying stopped, and I would do his homework every day. We never talked about it, and whenever he spoke to me, he sounded angry. It was like that for almost 3 years, and his grades went up. I was just grateful I could be at peace in school. We graduated and never spoke again, nor did I see him again. But then, a week ago, he reached out on Instagram. He told me how good life had been for him, and he offered to buy me a house and a car. At first, I thought it was a scam, but we made video calls, and he showed me things that were legit. Long story short, he is a successful businessman worth millions of dollars living abroad. He said he always remembered me because I helped him get where he is now. He said he wanted to repay me because he knew how hard it is to be disabled and a woman in my country, specifically. He's not wrong, but I'm actually doing okay, so I declined all his offers. But then I received a call from a medical center, the most expensive where I live. Mind you, saying I had 3 years of physical therapy paid for how he knew I did physical therapy. I don't know. I still thought it was a joke, so I went there, and it was true. I already did my first 2 sessions, and my body feels so much better. I saw our relationship as purely transactional, and now he comes and says he owes me. I'm so confused. Edit 1. Damn, I wasn't expecting this many replies. Thank you all for your kind words. It made me understand a little how he may feel. I already texted him, so we can talk a little bit more about his offers, because even though I turned them down, he said they'd still be up. And hopefully I can have a hand on the wheel to choose some less crazy expensive options. Thank you again. I feel less guilty now. Edit 2. Thank you for your kind words. I'm trying to read all the comments, and as for the creeps in my DMs, F off. I'm not some kind of freak show only because I have CP. Comments. Calliamson. You did his homework for 3 years, and he paid for 3 years of therapy. It sounds like he knows exactly what he's doing, and he wants to say thank you now. Remember that for the really wealthy, something that seems crazy generous to us is the monetary equivalent of buying you lunch. Enjoy your therapy, and may it continue to bring you relief. Shandot. Really, that's the key here. For OP, it seems like a ton of money. For the person they helped, it sounds like a drop in the bucket. It makes sense to recoil at first at such a generous gift. But putting yourself in their shoes, it is a small price to pay to give back to someone who apparently had a huge impact on their life. Fustorasopto. That's a nice gesture. You should take it and be thankful. Don't turn down somebody who is trying to be kind, seemingly without ill intention. OP. It's an amazing gesture, but I don't really feel like I did something worthy of such gratitude. Datum 206B. Only he knows how impactful your homework was on his life, even beyond grades. Glad the PT is helping already. I hope he extends it. OP. It's an amazing gesture, but I don't really feel like I did something worthy of such gratitude. I mean, I guess you could say we both impacted each other. It was thanks to him that the bullying stopped and school was nice again. But I never stopped to think about how that impacted my life for the better. It's only now that I realize how grateful I am for what he did. I'm so embarrassed that it took this long to register. Nate Quarry. I had a friend offer to do something nice for me, and I declined. His response changed my perspective forever. He said, "You don't get to decide whether or not I get to do things for people that make me happy." And I realized it wasn't just for me. It made him happy and made him feel like he's making the world a better place. OP. Thanks for the quote. It's very true. I guess I just have a hard time accepting gifts. Update. 9 days later. Given all the support and kindness I received on the other post, I'd like to let you guys know the resolution. We did another video call where I explained to him why I was hesitant to accept and told him all my doubts and fears about the whole ordeal. I was completely honest, which surprised me. He also opened up to me and told me some sensitive stuff, which I'd never imagined. At the end, we agreed that he would finish paying for the car I had just started paying for through credit. And also, we found a nice apartment in a good zone where I could be more comfortable. I have my own lawyer doing all the paperwork. Thanks to all the kind people for the suggestion. I tried to express all my gratitude, and I hope he really understood how big this was for me. Also, I got to thank him for protecting me in school and tried to make him see how big of an impact it had on my life. I feel like this has closed a chapter in my life, and I think it's the same for him. I don't think we'll ever talk again, nor do I think we are friends. He truly lives in another world, and our realities are not compatible. He did say that if I ever go to his country, not the US lol, I should call him to meet him. I don't know if I would. At the end, I'm just happy to see him so accomplished after all that happened in high school. And I'm happy I could express all my feelings and thoughts. Thank you for all your supportive words. They meant a lot to me and helped me make a decision. Comments. Turkeys. It sounds like this is a nice conclusion for both of you. He got to express his gratitude by extending his financial fortune to you as he wanted. And you also got to thank him for what he did for you. Best of luck to both of you. Fun Statistician 550. Faith in humanity is restored. Thanks for sharing. Stuck in bronze. Update in 4 years. The guy who did my homework wants to buy me a ring. Second story. OP feels forced to cancel the wedding due to an awkward situation. Hi all. I'm currently in the middle of planning my June wedding, which has been in the works since the autumn. About 6 years ago, I planned a wedding with an ex and hated every minute of it. I swore I would never plan a wedding again after that breakup. Fast forward, and I've met the love of my life, and we are so excited to get married. We have a simple dream wedding, and I finally convinced myself that it would be worth the work to have a wedding day. Wedding planning hasn't been easy, but I grew to really love the things we had in place. We booked a ceremony cocktail hour venue with a gorgeous view of an urban gorge or waterfall, and then we would walk to the nearby minor league baseball stadium for our reception in an event space there. We have also booked a photographer, stylist, transportation, hotel, and honeymoon flights and accommodations based on this date. The date itself is a Wednesday, so things would be quiet and low-key. We only invited 30 people. This week, the baseball stadium announced the promotional theme for the night of our wedding reception is Pride Night. As a bisexual person myself, I love how much my community embraces the LGBTQ community and that we have a Pride Night at the baseball stadium. I've been an enthusiastic attendee in the past. However, this is not a night I would have chosen to have my heteronormative wedding celebration at the ballpark. I feel it would be disrespectful to the community to show up in my white dress with my groom and my wedding party. I don't want to make spectators feel uncomfortable, and I also don't want to feel like I have to tamper down on my wedding day to be respectful of this event. I dreamed of taking pictures in the stands and having my whole party walk to the stadium with flowers and decor for fun photos. I feel like these public celebrations will make me feel imposing or awkward now. The baseball stadium has offered to change our contracted date, but obviously it would require a lot of work to move all my other vendors and arrangements. I could also plan a different reception that day, but a baseball wedding was my dream from the start, and I worry I'd be more heartbroken doing something else that day. Not to mention, both of these options require a lot of extra work from me that I don't want to add to my plate. The other option would be to elope, of course, but I'm heartbroken that I'd have to give up my wedding day and professional photos over this. I can't believe I put in all this effort and money into a day just to be put in a difficult position where I have to choose between respecting a community and having my dream wedding. I feel so sad and discouraged. Any advice or opinions would be appreciated. Throwaway account in case this is controversial. Top comments. Budum Stephanie. I honestly don't think anyone is going to notice or care about what is happening at a party in one box. Wedding planning is so freaking hard and detail-oriented. But honestly, innocent bystanders really don't care about your wedding. It's not like they limit admission that day to LGBTQ+. Go on with your bad self, enjoy your day, and be proud that you found love in this terrible world. MRSBB. Right? People will probably see the wedding party and be like, "Oh look, they just got married. And she looks so pretty." And that will be the extent. I don't think anyone is going to be offended or think poorly of you. It's not like y'all chose the theme, the throwaway bride. This is less of a big deal than you think. I go to a lot of theme games, and while the theme is clear, there are plenty of people who go just to go and don't know anything about the theme. It's not like you're going there to make homophobic remarks. I think it will be fine. The esoteric carrot. Yes, I'm a season ticket holder for an NBA team that has theme nights all the time, and I never know what they are until I show up. Exciting Blueberry 74. I'm trying to understand what the issue is. Do you live in a community where gay marriage isn't legal? OP. No, gay marriage is legal. But in light of a history of being denied that right, it feels awkward to celebrate my straight wedding on a night dedicated to celebrating that community. Update. Thank you to everyone who read and commented on my post yesterday about how the baseball stadium I'm hosting my reception at announced our wedding date as Pride Night. After a lot of heartfelt reflection, we have decided to continue planning our wedding for that day and joyfully accept the coincidence. I also want to apologize if anyone felt my reaction to this news was homophobic or bigoted. I truly felt I was coming from a place of concern in the community, but I realize it was from a deeply rooted internal conflict surrounding my own bisexual identity. I wanted to especially thank those who brought by erasure to my attention. This was a layer of my emotional reaction that I wasn't aware of at first. It's not that I wasn't aware of the issue, or that I didn't feel I was part of the LGBTQA+ community before, but I hadn't realized how my own identity felt compromised by marrying someone of the opposite gender at a Pride event. I am working on embracing this, and I am planning on adding some purple, blue, and pink to my outfit for the day. Ultimately, I am excited that I get to marry the person I love on the day we picked, regardless of what other celebrations are occurring that day. I think this will add a fun element to our day and make for an even better night of celebrating the love we've found. I'm especially grateful for this opportunity to grow in my bisexual identity and celebrate that my wedding isn't straight regardless of how it appears on the outside. And that's beautiful too. Thank you for watching the video. If you are interested in listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends.